Hi friends, welcome back to the podcast. So today I'm actually sharing with you an Instagram live that we did on Friday. I did on Friday, and I did it to answer questions and to give a really clear overview of everything that you can be expecting with the 3-day immersion. So you all feel ready to buy your tickets on Monday. Because tickets are out Monday, October 17th. If you're on the wait list, if you're not on the wait list, then the links will change on the website page on the 19th. Anyway, one of my past attendees, Andrea, she actually ended up coming onto the podcast and talking with me for quite a while about her experience and everything. And it was beautiful to just have that spontaneous moment where she just wanted to come on and authentically just share everything with you guys. So this would be a really good episode to listen to if you're like on the fence about the event, you're umming and ahhing. She will provide a lot of insight and inspiration to you because it is a very challenging event to explain. Like if you've been, you get it. If you haven't been, like I said in the episode, you really just have to trust your gut, because you have no idea what you will get out of the event because things will come up that you didn't even know were there for you, if that makes sense. Anyway, so I'm going to jump into it within 1 second. I just want to let you guys know that the audio isn't amazing because I was doing an Instagram live and I actually wasn't recording it as a podcast. I was doing it in my car. So the audio is actually not horrendous by any means, but it's just not like perfect because it was through my phone and in the car. But nonetheless, the content is amazing and a lot of you will get a lot out of it. If you don't want to listen to the Q&A, just skip forward a little bit until Andrea jumps on and starts talking. And then you can get lots of insight from our conversation that we had and just from her sharing what it's been like coming to all of the events, even though she was shit scared to come to the first one. And the first one she came to was actually back when I did a small retreat in Australia, like in 2019. I'm pretty sure it was 2019. Yeah, it was 2019. It was. And then she's come to all of them since. So obviously you don't have to come to all the events. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying that her story is fantastic. She provides a lot of insight, and she is probably going to help to inspire and support you guys in making the best decision for you with the event. With that, let's jump in. Anyway, so here we are. The intention of today's Instagram live is that I want to kind of give you guys a debrief on how everything's working next week for the ticket sales for the event, and then also giving you an overview of the immersion and answering any questions. So please, if you have any questions, drop them below so I can answer them, or in that like Q&A box or wherever. I've seen the questions that also have been asked on my Instagram story, so I will answer them when I'm talking, and let's jump in, okay? Andrea, you've been to every fucking event and you're still coming. I love it. You can never do it too many times. You seriously like doing, even if you've like done a lot of work with me and you feel like I'm good, I don't need any major trauma healing. It's not even just about that. It's about like you giving yourself 3 days for you. It's about you giving yourself 3 days for you to just have you time to go inwards, to come back to yourself, to up level, to literally just have permission to do you, be you, and be in your own bubble for 3 days. Like, everyone needs it. I'm like, I need my own event, like literally. Anyway, so okay, 3 days next year. Okay, I'll let you jump on in a second. Thank you, Andrea. So 3 days next year in May. The reason why we're obviously putting the tickets out so far in advance is because I want you guys to be able to have heaps of time to organize it with work, to organize nannies, flights, all those kind of things. I will say one thing to note for international flights that my boyfriend's picked up. He's like insane with flights, like he knows everything. Delta. Anyway, so something to note with the flights is that he seems to have noticed that if you book really far in advance with international flights, even domestic kind of in the US, like a little bit, like not too, like, yeah, if you book really far out basically with international flights, they seem to drop in price closer to the time of flying because people haven't bought them. It's like, it's fucked. It's like something that's happened since COVID. It's so naughty. It's like these airlines are trying to get like more money because they lost a lot of money. So if you are flying international, I would recommend just don't buy your flights now. I'd wait a little bit and keep monitoring it because the prices will probably drop. Anyway, okay, so it's 3 days next year in Melbourne. I will not be running another Australian event again. It's obviously an effort for me to come, which I'm very happy to do, all the way there, and there will not be time in the next few years for me to do that. So I'm really excited to finally be able to do a Melbourne event. And for all the American and European and everyone in between followers, now you guys get to have an Australian holiday, which is great. So the event is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's recommended that you take Monday off. Yeah, it's crazy. Oh, thanks, Meg. Meg says you can also download the app Hopper to watch flights. It tells you the price drop, etc. So, okay, guys, Melbourne next year. If you can take Monday off after, like, with work as well, you'll need it. Trust me. You'll want the integration time. So if you are flying down from somewhere or you are staying in a hotel to be away from your kids and everything, which it would be recommended if you can do that. It's not a big deal if you can't, but if you can, like, that's great. Take that Monday off for you time just to like sit in everything, to be in your own energy, to like soak in what's happened. They are full on fucking days because we do not do things lightly here. We are going in deep. We're going in quick. We're not fucking around. This isn't just like some journaling and meditating. This is like some next level shit. I mean, every event attendee is like, I don't even know how to put this into words. So I don't know how to put it into words either, to be honest. We'll have Andrea come on in a second, though, and if anybody else wants to come on and talk about it. Anyway, what was I going to say? So, lunch is provided. I'm getting, like, one of my favorite chefs in Melbourne. He is going to do all the lunches, and they will, of course, be gluten-free, dairy-free, vegetable oil-free, all the things. Once you pay for your ticket and you get your contract sent to you, in that agreement, there will be a spot for you to write in any dietary requirements. So if you're allergic to anything or you don't eat anything, like, you know, you don't eat meat or something, you can put that in. So on Monday, that is the day in which the tickets go out for the waitlist. Okay, so if you are not on the wait list, please, for the love of God, quickly get on the wait list after this live, and do not forget. This is really, really important, because if you're not on the wait list by Sunday night, it's too late. You can't then get on the wait list once the tickets are open on Monday for waitlist people. It's how the whole flow's been set up and the whole system's been set up. So please, please, please make sure you do that. There are over 200 of you on the wait list and there's 60 tickets. So obviously it's advised for you to have everything organized Sunday night. So on Monday, 4 p.m. EST, 7 a.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time, whatever, like Sydney, Melbourne time. 7 a.m. Sydney, Melbourne time, 4 p.m. EST is when the tickets will go out. So not Monday morning, our time in America, because you guys are asleep. So I just wanted to make it easier for Australians and everything. And you will get an email, and in the email you will have 2 links, one for the pay in full, one for the payment plan. So pick your option. The details of the different payment options are on the website currently. So usually it's $4,997. For the pre-sale price, it's $1,000 off. So it's $3,997, or it's $850 a month for 5 months. Once you make that payment, you will then get sent in the next like 12 hours. You will get sent your agreement to sign, which is where you can then also write in your dietary requirements and anything else. Once you pay, you will get an email with your confirmation, a receipt, everything else, and then we will continue to email you guys over the next few months with any information you need to know. In January, you will get a welcome PDF packet with like things to do in Melbourne, restaurants to go to, like the best cafes that I love, like where you should stay, getting to the venue, things you need to pack, all that kind of stuff. That will all be included in the welcome email in January. So that's that. What else do I have to mention to you guys? So the tickets are only available until the pre-sale price, $1,000 off, is only available to November 11th, 11/11. I didn't even plan that until I realized 11/11. But I am manifesting and honestly assuming that they're going to be sold out prior to that because of the demand of the Australian event. So please ensure that you just snatch it up on Monday. Don't self-sabotage. I can't do anything if you miss out on a ticket. I have this whole like algorithm. what's like 4 plus 5? Like, what's that called? An algorithm. Whatever. I obviously haven't done maths in a long time. Like, I've forgotten all my fucking school shit. I have this whole algorithm of like how many people can fit in a space based on what each person needs their space, like based on how much space one person needs, blah, blah, blah. So I can't take any more than 60. So even if it's like, oh, can you squeeze one more in? It's no. So please, 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 please make sure that you grab that ticket on Monday and you do not wait. The tickets will go out to the public on Wednesday. So you have Monday and Tuesday to grab your tickets. And then on Wednesday, then the website links will change. So on Monday on the website, the links are going to still say join waitlist, because you have to be on the waitlist to get the specific URL that takes you straight to the checkout. You will get that URL on Monday and Tuesday if you're on the wait list. And then on Wednesday, then the website will be updated and changed, okay? So I think that's everything in terms of like the overview of it. 3 full days, day 1 and 2, day 1 and like half of day 2 is all about heal, 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 clear, clear, clear. So like clear all the shit, clear all the trauma, clear all of the limiting beliefs, the energy blocks, all that kind of stuff. Shitloads of somatic healing, of breath work, of anger release. Like, it's just so intense. Like, my boyfriend came to the last one and he was like, holy fucking crap. He was just blown away by the situation, because it's just hard to describe like what happens in the room, but it's just, it leaves me speechless. Anyway, then then the second half of day 2 and day 3 is really about like building you back up, as in like installing in now positive things back into your body. So once everything's been cleared out, we then need to obviously fill those spaces, not just like fucking leave you empty. We need to fill those spaces. So that's why we're doing all of the sensual embodiment, the feminine embodiment, the sexual eating, the lap dances, like all that kind of stuff come into halfway through day 2 and day 3. So it's 3 full days, 9:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. And you will also have a before and after picture taken for yourself. I don't use them on the website or anything. I kind of wish I could. So if anybody wants me to do that, will let me do that for any of their pictures, please let me know. But the before and after pictures are there so that you can see like the tangible difference of your physical face from day 1 and day 3, or prior to day 1 and day 3. It is incredible to see like the physical shift in your body in literally just 3 days. So that is the overview of the event. And yeah. Okay, let me answer some of the questions that you guys have. Okay. So yes, I've had this question from a few of you guys. Is it safe to attend the immersion if you're pregnant? It is safe to attend the immersion if you're pregnant. There's going to be a few of you email me saying that like, I'm hoping to be pregnant by the immersion. That's totally fine. Or you'll be like, just postpartum. It's totally fine. Things that are, that I don't want you to be doing because you're pregnant, I will just tell you. So yeah, it's totally safe for you to come. Just obviously let me know if you have any like pregnancy implications that we need to account for, like if you have really bad back pain or pelvis pain. Those things would be really good to know ahead of time, just so we can make sure that we have like extra cushions and everything for you, and so I can just like keep an extra eye out. Okay. All right, cool. Okay. I will have a 3-month-old Bubba. Will there be breaks so that I can feed, or too hard? Do not bring your baby to the event. Don't bring your baby to the event. I wish I could say you could. It will probably traumatize your baby because of the intensity of the noise and the amount of stimulation when everyone's doing breath work and anger release and all that kind of stuff. So please, that's a really good question. Please don't bring your baby. You will need to like pump and freeze, like freeze the milk so that he can be, or she can be fed like at home with the babysitter or your partner. If you need to pump though, then that's totally fine. There will be breaks throughout the day. Everybody, like little breaks for you to like go to the bathroom, like rejig, blah, blah, blah. So there will be time when you can pump during the day. And again, if your boobs are about to explode, you just let me know. You can go pump and then you can come back. But yeah, do not bring your baby. Definitely don't bring your baby. Okay. Will you let us know where in Melbourne so we can lock in accommodation that's close by? Oh, thank you so much. I haven't put the exact address on the website page, have I? I've just said Melbourne. Yes, I will do that literally tonight. We'll put the exact address in. The address is in Brunswick in Melbourne. So you want to stay, I would be staying somewhere in the CBD, just in like the city center, because you can just catch a tram up to Brunswick. It's about a 10-minute tram. It's just like north of Melbourne. So what will happen, actually, this is a good thing to mention. So once you get a ticket, next year, you guys will all be put into a Telegram group. And this will allow you to communicate with other ladies and stay in the same hotel as others, or you can share a hotel room if you want to do that, or you can organize, an Airbnb together. But stay in Melbourne in the CBD. Don't stay down in like St Kilda, as too far away. You want to stay like in the inner city of Melbourne. It's going to be the best place. And then in the Telegram group, you guys can all share where you're staying, so you can tram in with other ladies and everything. You won't train there, you will tram. It's gonna be a lot more direct, or you'll like get an Uber together or whatever. It'll be a lot more, direct. Okay, cool. What other questions do you guys have? So one of the other really common questions was, I've done work with you before. I've done your mastermind years ago, or I've done like 5 years ago, 4 years ago, whatever, 4.5, nearly 5. I've done Queen Alchemy, or I've done another one of your events, or I've done one-on-one work with you, or whatever it is. Will I still get a lot out of the event? The answer is yes, yes, and more yes. The in-person work is like profoundly next level compared to the online. The online work, if you let yourself go there, will fucking change your life as well. Like you see my testimonials and everything. Doing it in person is just like a whole other level though. Like it's a whole level, and it's really good for you if you tend to self-sabotage, or if you have self-sabotaged, as in like you've joined one of my other programs, but you didn't give it your all. You didn't let yourself, Jesus Christ. You didn't let yourself like fully break and crumble, or you like didn't do all the homework, or you like didn't like fully go deep in the calls, or whatever it was. The beautiful thing about my in-person events is that you cannot hide and you cannot self-sabotage, because you're right there with me in a room. And when you are in a room with all these other women embracing their ugliness, their vulnerability, their trauma, their fears, their shit, it is so inviting and healing for you, but it invites you to embrace your shit. It helps you to let go of your shit and for you to go really deep. Like if you are alone in a room, you aren't going to be screaming as much as you will be when you have 59 other women fucking screaming around you. Like you're going to be in that. It's so just like primal, and you make so many friends and you feel so held, and it's just like, it is just like a whole, I think it's just so different to my online programs. I've had women that have done like every online program of mine come to my event, and it's just different. Like the online programs, and they've said this, which is why I'm saying it, the online programs, it's like they need them, they want them, and they want this. Like it's always both, because then you have the online programs to be doing and having the recordings there and everything throughout the rest of your life, because the event's obviously like in and out kind of thing. Like it's 3 days and then it's done. But the events are just like this top up, this like taking yourself to the next level, this going even deeper, this like activation, this like self-reclamation, and like just the energy in and of itself is just insane. Like it is my favorite thing to do. I am so fucking excited. It's just like, I just can't even describe it. Like, I just love doing the in-person stuff because the energy is amazing. The healing is just like brings me to tears. It is just so much fun for me. I really, really adore it. Anyway, okay. Any other questions that you guys want to ask about the tickets next week going on sale on Monday, the event itself? Sorry, it just froze on me. Any other questions that you guys want to ask about anything, I'm here. I will wait for any more questions that you guys have. Andrea, if you still want to jump in and share you coming to all my events, let me know and I will I'll like accept you in, or whatever it's called. And then I have to go because I am like busting to pee. Like it hurts. Maybe I can like, oh, here, I can accept. Okay. All right, Andrea, I'm going to let you in, and then I'll answer any other questions. So to give some context, everyone, Andrea has done a lot of my online programs, and she's come to all of my events. So all four of them she's come to, and she's coming to Australia. I'm pretty sure you're coming to Australia as well. So she's just on this call, and she's just said, like, can I jump in and like share about it? So here is someone that's gone to all of them, and she's still coming to more of them because you can never really do this enough. Maybe not. Why is it not accepting you? There we go. There we go. It's working now. Hi, Andrea. How are you?
I didn't expect to come on right away, but sure. Yeah, no.
Here we go. Let's do it.
It's so funny when you said, for people who was like, oh, I've gone before, I've done your work before, especially online. Like, I signed up for your BABA when I first started, and it was like, it's amazing. Your online programs are amazing, but the in work, like in person, no. It's just so like, I don't think that like you could palpably describe the difference. I mean, online is beautiful. I do online too, and I do in person too. It's just, I mean, I remember the first retreat, I was the last person to really like surrender and let go because I had such deep masculine walls up, and Monica would not let me play small. She was like, oh no, no, you're breaking this wall down. And I was like, all right, I mean, I guess. And I really didn't have a choice, but I just wanted to share very quickly that when I met you, I was seeing someone at the time who wasn't in alignment with where I was looking, like, and then throughout all of the retreats, I actually manifested my forever. We have been together for 8 months. We now live together. For my 30th birthday, he just took me to Santorini. And
oh my God, vibes.
Girl, like, I haven't even told you all the updates, but yeah, it's been the most like amazing relationship where like he leads, he plans everything. He surprised me. He was like, pack your bag. I don't know. And I didn't know we were going until we got to Santorini. And it was like, you have to know you know me. And so surrendering into not knowing where I'm going was so hard for me. But yeah, I mean, it's just such a beautiful relationship. And obviously we're very similar, where I'm super successful. So like I bought the home, but like he still leads and is so masculine. And I never thought that I would find like this dream man. I remember when I met you, I was like, you know, I want to do all this work because I have a list that's like 50. Yeah. It was a long one. And you were like, you can have it. And I do. Like, I have everything. I mean, I have the business, I have the home, I have the friendships, the relationship, and everything I ever wanted. But the event is no joke. I mean, I think people, for me, when I signed up, I was called. I wanted to say this too. I was broke as shit. So I had just signed up for a different coach. And then I signed up for BABA, so I couldn't afford your retreat. And I don't know if you know this, but you went live at like 4 a.m. my time. And in Australia at the time you were still there, it was a whole nother time. And I was like, this is a sign. And I said, I'm in. And I didn't even have the money to come to your event. But I manifested. And now look at you. And I flew to, I just want to say, I'm from Connecticut in the United States. And I flew about 30 fucking hours. Okay, I hate planes, Monica, so you better know I love you, to Australia. And it was like, I hate planes. I was crying. I had multiple panic attacks. I freaked out, but it was the most transformative 3 days of my life. I don't think people really see how powerful the breath work, the inner child healing, all of it was, and it allowed me to get into my feminine, which is why I hired you in the first place. And I want to say this too, because I think it's important. You absolutely triggered the fuck out of me. There were moments where I was like, oh, my long guy's hair, great. There were moments where I was like, I don't know if I can handle this. It was so much. It was so intense. It was a lot.
So you actually came to my first New York one, remember?
Yes.
Then you came to
Australia first. Australia, then New York, then another New York, then
Oh,
Tulum.
was it that? I don't even know my own fucking order. I love that. There we
I
go.
know your order because I've been with you since day one. I met you in New York at an event,
Yes.
and you were selling
Yes.
Australia. So my very first
Yes.
commitment to you was I
Mm,
had no money and 30 hours
mm,
away. I flew to fucking Australia to meet you again because I met you in New York,
yeah.
and I knew
Yeah.
I had to do the work.
And now it's like you've come to all 4 events and it's
I've gone to
amazing.
every one of your events.
And every event, like what's blown me away the most with you is like the change in your physical face, like in terms of like the softness that has
Yeah.
come after doing all of that, is like that to me. That's why I love those pictures of before and afters, because it creates like a physical tangible product where
Hmm.
you can actually see, like, not only do I feel all of this, I actually can like see it like written on my face, and it's beautiful.
No, I remember Australia, like the first picture, like my shoulders were up. I looked
Yeah.
all rough and tough. And then you can see the after where it was like the lightness on my face. And
Mm,
like I said, I was the last one to break. Like I remember being like, I will even share this. I remember I had never really touched my own boobs. I will say
mm.
that on live. Like when we did the
Breast
breast
massage.
massage, it was so triggering for me. And I was like, what is this? Who is this lady? kind of
Mm-hmm.
thing. And I remember everyone sharing, and they were feeling so powerful and so enlightened. And I was not, and I felt shameful. But I then shared, and it was like, it felt so powerful to share how different this experience was for me because I was like, I'm going to put words to this. Like, I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
say, like, hey, I'm not used to this. I was not in touch with my body. I was not in touch with my feminine, and I had never, looked at my vagina in the mirror or really touched my boobs or done any of these things before. It was just so foreign to me. And it
Yeah.
was so hard, honestly, to sit there and do things that I was so not used to, being such a masculine woman. And I will admit that I invested in very masculine mentors who taught the spreadsheet hustle and grind stuff. And that's not what I wanted. And I knew that, but they sell this dream. And working with you, I was able to see that like we can be in our feminine and still be super rich. And we can
Mm-hmm.
be in our feminine and have a very masculine man, and we can do all of these things. And it does take a little uncomfortability for someone, all of the women listening who may be and not even know they're masculine, because no one's going to say I'm masculine, like I never said
Yeah.
that about myself.
Yeah.
I just knew that there was something that I needed to shift, because clearly the king wasn't coming in, and the things that I
Mm-hmm.
wanted, like a restful business and a restful life, I wasn't there yet. But I wasn't yet ready to have that radical responsibility that I have now, where
Mm-hmm.
it's like I have the capability to change my life. And that's
Mm-hmm.
why I signed up for these events, because I was like, okay, well, I'm going to invest in myself and allow myself to get in my feminine, even though it was really fucking hard.
Scary. But you know what? I think the most important thing to mention that I just thought of is that, you know, when you were investing in these, like, and nothing against them, but just everyone needs different things, like these really masculine coaches that were like selling the dream, it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't getting you the dream because there was so much inner work that had to be done. And then you did like the not spreadsheet things, like you did the things where it was just like, I'm just going to heal me. And then look what's happened, where it's like,
Mm-hmm.
it's not telling you how to run a business, do XYZ spreadsheets. It's like, let's just heal your shit. Like, you know what you're doing. And then, like, trust yourself. And then it was like, boom, look at your life now. And it wasn't like, we're not doing 3 fucking days of like how to manifest. It's
Mm-hmm.
just, it's 3 days of like fucking healing all the shit that's stopping you from being able to live out the birthright of having everything you desire. And then
Mm-hmm.
it's like, boom, all those blocks are gone. And then it's like, oh, wait, I can have everything I want. Cool. And then you manifest it just by living. Like, you don't
Yeah.
even have to work to manifest. It's just like every day is just you manifesting because you're just so clear of like free of your trauma. It's amazing.
Yeah, and for the record, like I teach business. Like I'm actually like an
Mm,
intuitive business mentor, and I think the way that I was learning it, I will never forget when I signed up to that first mentors thing. It was like, "Oh, don't ask your husband because you're all in. It was just like such horrible tactics. And it taught me how to teach. And then working with you, it was like, I want to do this in my feminine. I want to change the world and help women get rich and meet the love of their life in a way that actually feels good from them. And, you know, I got to experience a lot of that work with you. And I think, you know, I invested in you because I knew that I was in my masculine and that I had to shift. And I think it's so funny because I've done every single retreat, and every retreat, it's like, yes, even at this point, like you know, I have the man, even when I came to Tulum just, I don't know, like 10 months ago, whatever it is now, right?
No, it's like nearly a year ago.
Yeah. Yeah, about a year ago. I was with, you know, at the time, a decent man, but right after Tulum, I called in my king. But like every single time I did an event, it was like deeper and more. And I thought the same thing. I was like, yes, you do repeat some of similar activities. It's like, yeah, breath work is breath work, and inner child healing is inner child healing. But I always allowed myself, and that's the thing. Like if you're going to sign up for the event, you have to allow yourself to go all in. And if you don't, then you're doing yourself a disservice. It's like, if you're going to make the investment, go all in. And I would say the first retreat, I wasn't prepared. I wasn't prepared, but you know, it took me a little time to let my wall down. And every woman who's investing, it's like, give yourself grace. Maybe an hour in, you'll feel comfortable, maybe 5 hours in, but like, you know, you're there to lead the things. And it's not easy, you know, but if you want to make radical shifts in your life and allow yourself to be loved and have a successful business, and you know, even your retreats aren't about business, it's like, you know, have that feeling in your body of like, I'm here and I'm happy and I'm grounded and I'm in my feminine and I can receive. That was like my biggest thing of like, I remember when I first met you, you were like, you know, about like even eating slower and doing things slower and taking in the room around you. I got butt naked and had chocolate all over myself, and I was like, what is this? But it did. It really allowed me to change my life. And I haven't got to record a testimonial yet because I've just been so crazy and I really suck at tech. So I was like, you know what, I want to come on. I will record.
This is a great one. I appreciate it, Andrea. I really do. I'm like, you're so right though. Like, people don't realize this enough of like, even with the event, it's like, I'm going to show up like 100%. I know what I'm doing, but it's up to all of you that are coming. Like, are you going to show up for yourselves? Because I'm showing up for you, but like, I can only get you results if you're willing to get yourself the results, if that makes sense. Like, if you're going to block it, I can't help you. But if you can trust me and open up, then like, let's fucking go. And your life will be fucking changed at the end of those 3 days.
And I want to share with what you just said. You were like, if you can't trust me. So I brought one of my other mentors and actually best friends with me. And she's a little bit older than me. She has 3 children, 3 companies. And I remember she actually asked you, like, how do I trust you? She's a very untrusting person. And I was like, look, just trust me. Like, Monica is here for your best. And I remember when we got home, she literally thanked me for bringing her. She was like, I had to pull her teeth to buy that ticket. You have no idea. Like, I sent it to her every day, 32 times. I was like, all right, I'm done. Like, I'm not going to keep fucking begging you to come to Monica's event. I was like, all right, I'll come with you. And I was like, great. And she was like, I will never forget. And she's a hard ass. She was like 10 times more masculine than I ever was. And she said to me, like, you don't know the gift that you gave me by bringing me there. And she was in a very hard time in her life. She had just lost somebody. And it allowed her not just to grieve, but to like fully let it all. And for me, and I think that you can say, you know this, like, I love anger release. I host them, I facilitate them, but I always go to Monica's events because, you know, I've had that masculine, angry fucker stuff. And I'm like, I remember in Tulum, everyone was done with their anger release. And I looked up at Monica and I was like, this is what I fucking came here for. And I was just the first one to start, the last one done. Like, sometimes we just need that. Like, and here's the other part is sometimes we don't know what we need until we're there. And I didn't know how, and the other crazy part, and this is super personal, but I grew up in a very abusive household. So my father was the one who really was the hands of our abuse. But the crazy part, as our first event together, my mom stuff came up. I was actually even more angry at her that she didn't protect me, and I had no idea that was in there. And that was such a huge portal of blocking the men and the abundance, because it was like, I can't receive from women. I don't have this trust. And I didn't even know that was in my body until I did that anger release. And I was like, fuck you, mom, in a good, healthy way. But
yeah, exactly.
I was
I
crazy.
mean, the bottom line is like, you have to follow, especially with this event, because it's so hard to put into words. You have to follow like your gut feeling, because you have no idea what will come up until you're there. Because I can almost guarantee for every single person, things come up, things come up. Hold on, my back. Yes, things come up
Yeah.
that they had no idea were even there. Like time and time again, it's like people think it's this one thing, and then it's something completely different. So it's just like, if you feel the pull, just trust it, because unless you don't show up to the 3 days, you
Yeah.
will not get anything out of it. Like every
Mm-hmm.
single person will get something out of it. And obviously the amount that you get out of it is dependent on how much you give into it. But even if you just showed up for those 3 days, like you would get so much out of those 3 days. You would not leave being like, that wasn't fucking worth my time. You would be like, that was worth my time, and like sign me up for the next one.
Yeah, I mean, I think I remember the second retreat, I was having a bit of a rough time in life. I actually think that was right before I got like fully sober for about a year and a half, 2 years. And I remember I had gotten, and this is, I don't even know if you know this, but I had gotten like pretty drunk, like night one into night two, because we were in New York City, everyone, and friends and out, and like I didn't feel I could show up fully, and it was like a deeper invitation for me to see like, the limiting the beliefs, the old patterns, the shit that I did, because so much came up for me that I felt like, okay, like this is too much. I need to have a drink of alcohol. And I remember doing that and being like, why am I doing this? Why am I self-sabotaging myself? Because these feelings are present. And I think that so often in life, when our emotions come to surface, it's hard. And that's why so many people don't do this work, Monica, and don't, want to go all in and do your events, because it's like, oh, this is too hard. But the hard shit is what gets you the king. And at this point, I have a $1 million house, a multi-million-dollar business, a fucking amazing boyfriend who's a king, who I know I'm going to spend my life with. I drove a 2009 Jetta when I met you. I drive a 2021 Porsche fucking Cayenne. I mean, like everything. Like, it's not just that the relationships, the feeling, the groundedness. Thank you so much, my cleaning lady, who's amazing. Like, I literally have like a personal chef. I'm gonna grab my dog. A cleaning woman. I mean, Monica, when I met you, I was in debt. Come here, baby. You're good. I was in debt. I was living. It's locked. I was living on my mom's couch. And I was so fucking broke. I was single, and now I have, look at your baby. I have, a dog, $1 million house, a fucking thriving business, a boyfriend, I like a full fucking team. There's someone mowing my lawn. I have a pool person. I have a cleaning lady. And I pay them all so well, and I feel so deeply abundant that I get to, put money into other people. And even in Santorini, it was just like, I get to receive this. Like, I did the work for this.
You did the work. Like you not to say like you wouldn't deserve it otherwise, but like you fucking deserve it, because like you went all in with facing your shit and doing the really ugly work. And that is very, very hard for people, because it is a lot to our brains and our bodies. It is so much safer, quote unquote, to stay in your comfort zone and stay where you are than to take that leap and to like go to the next level. Like, it's so much easier to stay stuck. So
I just want you to meet my boyfriend.
Aww, I'm
the
so
king
proud
that
of you.
I manifested. Say hi, babe.
Hi, what's going on?
Hey, nice to meet you. Bring him to Australia if you come.
If I come to Australia, which I think I am, he's coming.
Okay.
But
beautiful. No, I love it.
Back on a serious note, I fully agree. I will say that, like, sharing from my personal experiences, I mean, I was physically abused. I was sexually abused. I grew up really tough. I mean, I had, like, when people make a lot of excuses around, like, I'm broke, or I have this, or I went through this, it was like, if you could tick off almost every box, like, I had almost every box, like sexual abuse, physical abuse, coming from a poor family. everything, you know, like I didn't have any good role models. I had none of that. And I was like, I don't fucking care because I want to break this ancestral patterning and I'm willing to invest in myself to do that work. And that's why I decided to come. I will never forget when I invested to go to Australia. I shit myself. Like, I don't know if you know this, but I had never even traveled outside of the country really.
No, I
Like,
remember that. Yeah.
like
I
my
remember.
family,
I was like,
we had no
wait,
money. We didn't
yeah.
go outside of the country. So like it was like this, the only time I went out of the country ever, it was like I think on a cruise and like with my mom and her boyfriend. So like going to Australia all by myself and traveling all the, I mean, I was lost, I was scared, and it was crazy. I remember like when I got there, because I went there for obviously more than a couple of days because I'm coming from the United States.
Yeah.
I was scared, and it was worth all of the panic, the fear, the investment. I had no money. I put it on a credit card, and I was just ready. I was ready to go to my next level. And I think when people stop giving fucking the bullshit excuses that they're not ready, that's when they'll decide to invest and do the work. And it's fucking work.
Yeah, it is, but it's so worth it, isn't it?
It is.
It's
And I
so
just
worth
wanted
it.
to, I mean, I probably thanked you 100 times, but you can have
But
that.
like, thank you for sharing this with everybody because it is so hard to put into words. So I appreciate, Andrea, you sharing your story and everything with everyone. It doesn't go unnoticed. So thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. Lovely
You're
to meet your
welcome.
boyfriend. Lovely to meet your boyfriend. Yay.
Thank you.
Nice to see your face and chat for a little bit. And yeah, I'll speak to you soon.
All right. Thank you for
Thanks,
having me. I
Andrea.
hope you all go to Monica's event because it is worth it. Times its weight in gold. Trust me, I've been to every single one, and I'm the only person who can say that. Mwah.
Thank you, Andrea. Have a lovely weekend.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.
Well, everybody, that was so nice to wrap up with. So I feel like Andrea's just done you all a big favor of just sharing the event because it is so hard to put into words. So like I said, if you feel that niggle, trust it because you probably don't actually know what it will come up for you in a good way when you come to the event. So don't try and analyze like, what do I need to work on? What do I need to work on? Will this fix it? Instead, it's like, do I want more for myself? Do I want to do deep somatic work where it's gonna like really fucking release shit, not just journal and meditate for 3 days? If you're willing to like go all in and like fucking do this for yourself, so are the other women coming. So you're all going to be in the same vibe. You're all going to be in the same space, and I'm so excited. If you guys have any other questions that I haven't answered, or you think of anything else, can you please email, don't DM. Email support@monicayateshealth.com. Meg, if you're watching, can you like put in the comment? And then we can get back to you. I'll check my emails over the weekend. So if you are not on the wait list, make sure that you're on the wait list for the event by Sunday night for you to get access to the ticket links on Monday and Tuesday. And then Wednesday, the ticket links will be on the website for everybody else to access as well. And yeah, $1,000 off starting Monday for the tickets. Make sure you're on the wait list. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And that's everything. I need to go and cook a chicken now for friends coming out. Thanks, Meg, for friends coming over for dinner. And I have to pee so badly. I cannot even move. I'm in pain. But thank you all for joining. Thank you guys for dropping in your questions. And I'm so excited for all of you that will be coming, snatching up your ticket. And yeah, I'm really pumped to be able to meet you all in Melbourne next year. All right, everybody. Okay, thank you, Meg. So Meg will be in the inbox on the weekend, and I'll be in the inbox on the weekend in case any last minute questions come through before Monday. Payment options, don't forget. So with the discount, it's $3,997 pay in full. Payment plan is $850 a month for 5 months. And then once you pay, you'll get an agreement sent to you to sign, and you will also have a space in that agreement to write any dietary things so we can make sure we tell the catering company. And that is everything. That is everything. Have a lovely weekend, everybody. I will talk to you soon. Bye, everyone.